What's going on, everybody? This your boy Black Otaku with another video for you guys. Now, if you read the title and everything, then I think you know what series I'm about to talk about. And I know the controversy and everything, all the hype for it and everything has died down, whether it's positive or negative, mostly negative. But I'll be honest with you guys, this series, love it or hate it, Redo of a Healer, really made me think about things. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, it helped me realize something about double standards, and it's something I never realized, and how much we don't keep the same energy when it comes to this particular double standard. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, when I watched the series and everything, I only watched it because I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, this was before everybody started talking about how crazy it was. Well, it was like right when the episode had just dropped, and I didn't look up anything in particular. I just sat down and heard it was a new series, so I said, let me check it out. It looks like a pretty good fantasy anime, so I didn't think much of it. Plus the cover of it, if you look at the cover of it and everything, this image of it, it looks pretty harmless. It looks like a standard, a standard fantasy world harem. That's what I thought it was. But it flipped the script. At first I'm like, dude. I was like, wow, man. It's like, wow. I was like, whoa. That escalated quickly. That's how I felt about it. But the thing is, I don't know whether I was really desensitized by it. I wasn't exactly, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's not for the squeamish. I'll put it to you that way. The series is definitely not for people that are squeamish or very easily to offend. But I watched it from start to finish, and I don't know how to put this, but he's one of the very few main characters. This kid. I'll put it to you this way. I don't know how to feel. I didn't really know how to feel about it at first, but then I was like, you know what? I understand why you did it, but I don't approve of it. I guess that's the best way I could put of it. It's like, this man, this is probably, out of all the protagonists and shows I've seen over the years, I have never seen one like this one before. This boy was put through so much hell that he snapped. Mentally snapped. Threw a good amount of his morals away. And people are ragging on the show because, oh, they did this and did that. And I'm like, we get it, but I hate to tell these people, and I hate to sound like a creep or a weirdo or anything, but you do realize there's literal hentai that is done 10 times worse. Like, this series, if you told me this was if you had just told me that this was if you told me if this started out as hentai, I would freaking believe you. I wouldn't even hesitate to believe you. I would have been like, well, that makes a lot of sense. That's what I would have thought. But the main thing is, I noticed something about myself and everyone that's judging it. And look, I'm not defending this main character in no way, shape, or form. I'm just saying this series definitely pointed out a double standard, and that double standard is the way we see men and women when it comes to getting hard or getting assaulted. Believe me, man, folks, it's not a pretty sight. It's terrible. Personally, I feel like nobody should go through that. Nobody should go through that, ever. But the double standard is the way we see men and women when it comes to that particular topic or that instant. At first, when I seen what this man was going through, at first it started out kind of okay. It was cool. It's like, well, before it really got bad, it was like, whoa, man, they giving him the hero treatment. I'm like, okay, they giving him the hero treatment. Sending maids to his bedroom. I'm like, okay. Okay, so far this main character's looking pretty dope. Then he uses his healing power for the first time, and then realize that it has a hideous side effect, and And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, if I had that ability and I had to use it on other people and see how they got the freaking injury in the first place, I wouldn't want to use it either. That looks traumatizing. I'd be scared to heal myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude regenerated someone else's arm. Like, it was gone. This man gave this girl her arm back. I was just shocked. And then forced to heal everybody else and everything. I'm like, good Lord. I'm like, and I'm just shocked. But here's where it gets more messed up. Because he says he doesn't want to do it anymore because of what it does and everything and how much it hurts him, or I guess messes with his head a bit. This princess just, it's like, takes it way too far. And I'm not saying she deserved what happened to her. I'm just saying, if I was in the main character's shoes, oh no, she wouldn't have got off so easy. I'm gonna say she got off easy. From my perspective, it's like, I would have just took a gun and put a bullet right between the eyes. Boom. It was like, boom, making me relive all this. Boom. Everybody in that castle, especially the ones that assaulted me. Oh, they all die first. Tortured, and I'm gonna torture the out of them first, and then they die. I'm sorry, man. that is something you just don't do to people. Next thing you know, he's been like, this kid's been tortured, drugged. Like, let me go down the list. Drugged, violated, treated worse than a dog for God knows how long, and eventually snaps. And at this point in the series, my heart is just like broken for this man. I'm like, oh my God, man. Please tell me this man gets out of there. He does. Kills a few people and takes his revenge out on the princess. And again, it's like, I don't approve of it, but I get why you did it. But still, though, erasing this girl's memories to make her his companion to travel with, and that, I was like, wow, just wow. It's like, to talk about way too OP for his own good. But like I said before, this double standard that we have is like, you start out feeling so sorry for him until that moment happens. Now your mind's conflicted on, I don't approve of this. This is not cool. This is the most messed up thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But that's how you feel right now. But deep in the back of your head, you're thinking, she kind of had that coming. Or you could have at least killed her. I mean, like, wow. Just wow. The reason why I say this, it's like, the double standard is, we don't keep the same energy when a man is assaulted versus when a woman is assaulted. Now, usually when a guy is assaulted, most likely because he's in prison and we made fun of it. I'll even admit, we joked around about it because, like, we made jokes like, don't drop the soap and stuff like that. It's like, stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying? And the reason why we joked around with it so much is because, you know, they're in, like, these guys, these men, they're in prison for a reason. And we started to see it as a punishment. And, you know, and we're just thinking like, well, that happened to him in prison. God only knows what he did, everything they didn't charge him for, and God only knows what else that he's done that they didn't really technically charge him for. Then the guy had it coming. Because that's how we feel. Because he's in jail. He robbed, killed, stole and killed folks or whatever. And he's in jail. And that's just seen as a punishment. That's a byproduct of what happens when you do bad things. That's life's way of punishing you. That's how we see it. And then and I understand why, because, you know, it's like in this instance, the victim is not innocent. But when it's a woman, or better yet, even when it doesn't happen in prison, men are not told the same thing that women are told. It's like when a man gets assaulted, we're like, oh my god, oh my god, you might want to see therapy. But when a woman gets assaulted, it's like, oh my god, stop the presses. Oh my god, we need to help her. We need to help her. Take her to therapy. Do this, do that. Oh my god, are you okay? See, you see where I'm going with this? It's like, I'm not upset about it. I'm just saying, assault is assault. You know, try not to say the R word. You know, it shouldn't matter. It's like, it shouldn't matter what gender you are. Keep the same energy. No matter what gender you are, assault is bad. Because not only does it mess with, it's like, it messes with the person's mind, not just their body. It also messes with their mind. They're wondering, why did this happen to me? And all that. He's like, why did this happen to me? Why did it have to happen to me? I didn't think it would never happen. I didn't think it would ever happen to me. And that's what it does to you after it's done. Once that's happened, you never really forget about it. You get past it, but you never forget. And that's just from my perspective. What I'm saying, it's just like, we don't keep the same energy. But another argument I want to say about Redo of a Healer is, guys, y'all need to come. I understand the views on both sides and how it is for assault and the content of this show, but we're all seem to be forgetting the big main issue here that plays a huge factor. It's not real. And I can't really put it in any other words to say it's not real, and nobody's getting hurt, nobody's getting affected by this and everything. Plus, plus a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon of like saying this show is trash, this is that. No offense, but a dark fantasy is a dark fantasy. Not to mention, I will say that it also points out a lot of stuff that we seem to overlook or not pay that much attention to, or don't do anything about in society. It also addresses a little bit of poverty. It's like poverty and what a monarchy can actually do to an entire land. And it actually just shows a deep, like, where everybody is, normal people and everything, they're enjoying their life underneath the monarchy and everything. And then when you go a little further out, you start to see prejudice, slavery. You see all this sort of stuff because it's a dark fantasy. You know, we see stuff that we don't. It's like stuff that happens in real life. Well, not as much in our real life, but they're just basically addressing stuff that you would expect, like. Something you don't usually see in fantasy shows like this, or dark fantasies. Like, they just show you the truth. Like, they just like, nope, you think this is a beautiful country? Oh no, let me show you the real. It's kind of like when people go to Mexico and go to Cancun instead of going, out of the resort and everything. No. This is just for tourists. Let's go to the real Mexico. And say nothing against the real Mexico or anything, but just like there's certain parts of Mexico you don't want to go into. Don't go to Tijuana, folks. Not a good idea. We learned that lesson the hard way. Long story short, we got our bag stolen, and instead of coming home in a week, it took us like a week and 4 days just to get back. Plus, we were almost out of money anyway. Thank God that's over. Anyway. But like I said, it's like I said, it also points out a lot of stuff in society that we don't try to do. And I will give him an A for effort because he's actually going around helping people. Helping innocent, like real innocent people that didn't do anything wrong. But at the same time, creating a party of just nothing but beautiful women that he somehow either warped or tricked or find that they have a common enemy and they work together from that. Because it also shows just how bad the kingdom actually is, and it's like the amount, like, they oppress demons and they enslave animal people or beast people. Also, there's something I need to point out about that, about animal people or beast people, or I think they're called demi-humans. Yeah, demi-humans, that's it. They call them demi-humans, and what I don't understand is demi-humans are clearly stronger, quicker, and faster And it'd be child's play to take out human soldiers and everything, but you know, whether they have superior weapons or not, I'm just saying you're a lot quicker on your feet. How are you even getting enslaved? I don't get that at all. It's like, dude, you're 10 times stronger than humans. They shouldn't even be able to come near your village. They'd be scared to even walk by your village. That's the thing, though. It just never made any sense. But I'm guessing, you know, the numbers of their armies must have overwhelmed them or something. That's like my only guess in that particular sense. I really just don't get why it's like that in some, like with so many of these either isekais or fantasy anime where you pretty much start with the main character already in this mythical world, and part of the mythical world there's always demi-humans that are being either enslaved or being treated very poorly. I'll never understand that when they clearly have better abilities and could easily take out human villages and maybe a kingdom or two while you're at it. I just don't understand that. It's like, and why them in particular? This series has demons and stuff like that. Like, it's like the kingdom is literally spreading propaganda and everything just to keep everybody in the land under their thumb, and it's just amazing that they actually address it and how they managed to fool these people into thinking that most of these people that the kingdom is good and holy and righteous, while the demons and demi-humans are not, or whatever. I mean, they literally preach and spread hate and racism just to keep control of the masses and everything. Basically, all delusion in their heads and everything. Personally, I feel like after him taking down the sword hero, I guess, and gaining his own, you know, ultimate healing weapon or gear, I'm not sure what to call that. It really makes you think, because then, like, these people that he's getting his revenge on, they weren't even good people to begin with. I'm saying like sometimes a little bit I feel like the revenge that he's getting is sort of justified, but at the same time it's like you didn't have to take it there. You could have just ended it with killing them. Like, he had this girl eaten. It's like he had this girl violated and eaten. That's really messed up. Well, then again, that girl did go around, you know, snatching up young girls from the bar and doing that. It's like, and it's like, I hate to say it though, but good lord, it's like, did someone put a dude? It's like someone just put a very, very pushy, very pushy dude from the 50s and 60s inside of this girl's body. That's what it seems like. But other than that, I feel like people should need to understand that they should stop getting so butthurt about it. It's just a show. Watch it or don't. Watch it or don't. What I can't stand the most are the people that hate on it so much and still keep watching. And I'll never understand that. It's like, you said you hate the show. Why do you keep watching it? So I have more to hate about it. I'm like, okay. Or here's a thought. Maybe when a new show that seems very controversial and it has subjects and subject matters that you don't like or don't feel comfortable, you know, viewing, just avoid it. No one's forcing you to watch it. See, you got your remote right there. You got your laptop right there. Click. Different show. Click. Cut it off. Seriously, it's really not that serious, folks. It just makes no sense to me like that. Sure, I know I probably sound like a hypocrite. I'll even admit that when it comes to Teen Titans Go in this channel, I really do not like the series. But I stopped talking about it. And I don't watch it anymore. I have not watched it anymore. It's like, I didn't watch it. I just watched maybe an episode or two, and then I realized this show is not for me. This show is terrible. It's a huge stain on where this originated from, and they should be ashamed. The show is bad, and you should feel bad. I am criticizing your show, but every time they get criticized, they wanna throw a hissy fit and then make fun of the fans for it. Say that's not a good way to network. That's pretty much all I say about that. But other than that, I just want to say thanks for watching and listening to me babble about all this. Personally, I feel like if I had to rate the series, I would have to give it maybe a 6, because I'm a little curious about what happens in season 2 if we get one. Personally, I feel like we should just, personally, I feel like we should just stop. They should just stop making shows like that, or either they could stop making shows like that, or people can stop getting so butthurt about it. Because I hear in Japan they don't care what we think. They gonna do what they gonna do, and I respect them for it. And I respect them for it. I really do. Well, that's my video. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.